Comedy icons, sci-fi legends, and pop culture's greatest mythmaker. Here are a few of the Big Bang Theory actors who we've lost in recent years. Since the protagonists of the Big Bang Theory work at the California Institute of Technology, they aren't just into science fiction, they also love science itself. Suitably then, famous faces within the scientific community often popped up on the show, including none other than Stephen Hawking. Hawking appeared in multiple episodes throughout the series' run, including the Hawking Excitation, the Extract Obliteration, and the Celebration Experimentation. On March 14, 2018, Hawking died peacefully in his sleep at the age of 76. Famously, he had been diagnosed with a rare motor neuron disease at the age of 21. At the time, doctors predicted he only had a few years to live. Hawking defied the odds by reaching old age, although he lived most of his life in a wheelchair, and he used a voice synthesizer to communicate. In the episode The Celebration Experimentation, Leonard, Raj, and Howard are trying to figure out what to get Sheldon for his birthday present. Since Sheldon was devastated Batman didn't show up for his 6th birthday, his friends decide to invite one of the actors who portrayed him, Adam West. As it turns out, he isn't that hard to find, because the local comic store owner, Stuart, has West's contact information. While ferrying West to Sheldon's birthday, Leonard, Raj, and Howard have a heated debate over who was the best Batman actor, and West has his own opinion on the matter.
Are you crazy? How can you put Michael Keaton in front of Christian Bale?
Oh, please.
Adam West died peacefully surrounded by family members in 2017 at the age of 88. Comic books play a big part in the lives of the Big Bang Theory's main characters, and so it would only make sense for the king of comics himself to appear in the show. Stan Lee cameoed in the episode The Excelsior Acquisition, and unlike most guest stars, he didn't get along with Sheldon. In that episode, Sheldon goes to court because he ran a red light while driving Penny to the hospital. The court date prevents Sheldon from meeting Lee at the comic store, and since Penny feels bad, they drop by his house uninvited. As a result, Lee files and signs a restraining order against Sheldon, who hangs it on the wall. Stan Lee's signature is still Stan Lee's signature, no matter what it's on. A legend in the world of superheroes, Lee passed away in 2018 due to heart failure. He was 95 years old. In the episode The Convention Conundrum, Sheldon can't get tickets to San Diego Comic-Con, so he tries to create his own comic convention instead. To start, he plans to invite his favorite Star Wars actor, James Earl Jones. Of course, this involves a fair bit of stalking, but Jones is a good sport and invites Sheldon to hang out at a carnival and do karaoke, as well as prank some neighbors with a ding-dong ditch. One of these neighbors is none other than Carrie Fisher.
It's not funny anymore, James!
Sadly, Fisher's role in The Big Bang Theory begins and ends here. In December 2016, Fisher was on an airplane when she suffered a heart attack. While an emergency medical technician was on board at the time and tended to her, she had become unresponsive by the time the plane landed. Fisher was rushed to an intensive care unit, but died days later. She was 60 years old. Since Sheldon's heart is seemingly shaped like a Vulcan greeting, you might be surprised to hear that Leonard Nimoy never appeared on the show. But Spock did. During the episode The Transporter Malfunction, Penny purchases Star Trek transporter toys for Sheldon and Leonard, and initially both are content to keep the toys mint in box. But Sheldon's dream consciousness, taking the form of a Spock toy and borrowing Nimoy's voice, convinces Sheldon to take the transporter out of the box and play with it. Sheldon does so and accidentally breaks his toy, so he switches his with Leonard's under the assumption that he would never take it out of the box. On February 27, 2015, Nimoy passed away at the age of 83 due to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. In 2014, he had publicly announced that he had the disease and blamed his smoking habit earlier in life. Jessica Walter may not have been known for her sci-fi and comic credentials when she appeared on The Big Bang Theory, but she still enjoyed a career that would be the envy of most actors. Walter is of course best known for having played Lucille Bluth on Arrested Development.
Good for her.
Walter appeared in The Benefactor Factor as Mrs. Latham, the titular benefactor. Mrs. Latham initially comes off as condescending, and that's because she is. As the episode goes on, however, Leonard does anything he can to secure funds for his department, including going on dates with Mrs. Latham. Hijinks ensue, but the audience never learns how the dates truly went. An icon of TV comedy, Jessica Walter passed away in her sleep on March 24, 2021, at the age of 80. Every young protagonist needs a mentor, and the man responsible for taking on that role in The Big Bang Theory was Professor Proton, albeit unwillingly. Real name Arthur Jeffries. The figure was a children's entertainer and science host who was a favorite of both Sheldon and Leonard during their youth. Somewhat grumpy and reluctant to engage with the pair when they hire him, he warms up to them eventually. Bob Newhart was nominated for several Primetime Emmy Awards for his role as Arthur. Before that, he had landed the gong for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series in 2013, after appearing in the episode The Proton Resurgence, his debut episode on The Big Bang Theory. Newhart went on to appear in several other episodes, taking his number of appearances in the sitcom to 6 in total, with his final on-screen credit coming in the season 12 episode The Planetarium Collision. Newhart died on July 18, 2024, at the age of 94. A statement from his publicist Jerry Digney confirmed that he had suffered from several short illnesses before his death, adding that Newhart passed away at his home.